and welcome to this demonstration. In this second of a two-part demo covering Auto DOP, you will see how Auto DOP behaves when the degree policy is set to limited rather than auto as it was in the first demo. In part 1 of the demonstration, we enabled Auto DOP by setting the parallel degree policy to auto. We saw how the optimizer used this setting in concert with other parameters to apply parallel execution. Another PX setting we used was the parallel minimum time threshold. The last value we used for this parameter was 1 second. Now remember that this parameter specifies the minimum execution time that a statement should use before Auto DOP will kick in. Now we'll change both of these parameters. First, the degree policy is set to limited. In the lesson, you learned that this policy setting restricts Auto DOP for queries against tables that have an explicit DOP specified. Next, we'll reset the minimum time threshold back to auto, which is the equivalent to 10 seconds. Okay, we'll go ahead and check the DOP setting on the sales table. Now, a DOP of 4 was set on the sales table back in part 1 of this demo. So using these settings together, we'll go ahead and recreate an execution plan for that same query that was used throughout part 1 of the demo. So the plan's been generated, and let's take a look at it. So the optimizer has chosen parallel execution, but notice this time that there isn't a note at the end of the plan table output. This is due to the combination of a parallel degree policy of limited and a DOP value set on the sales table. Remember, with this combination, the specified table DOP is taken as such, and Auto DOP is not even involved. So, since Auto DOP was not in play in this query, the minimum time threshold wasn't even a factor. Okay, so now let's set the threshold back to 1 second, and we'll remove the DOP setting from the sales table to see what happens with parallel execution. So the time threshold is set to 1 second. We're connected to the SH schema, and we're going to alter the sales table. In this case, notice that what we've done is we have set the degree value for sales to default, which means we've basically turned off DOP for the sales table. Okay, now we'll generate and look at the execution plan. Now, the note at the bottom of the plan table output this time shows that Auto DOP was used, and the optimizer chose a DOP of 2 for the query. As stated before, when a degree policy of limited is set and there is no DOP value on the table, Auto DOP is used. And in this case, with the parallel min time threshold set to 1 second, the optimizer selects parallel execution over serial because it's less costly. Okay, so finally, we'll set the PX minimum time threshold back to auto and see what happens. All right, it's altered. Connect to the SH schema. Generated the execution plan, and now we'll take a look at it. So, the optimizer chooses serial execution. The output note confirms this with a DOP of 1 computed. We have no DOP setting on sales, and the degree policy is set to limited, so therefore Auto DOP is a player in this query. However, since the parallel min time threshold is set back to the default, which is about 10 seconds, the optimizer selects serial execution for the same reason it did in the first demo. The elapsed time is now calculated as lower than parallel execution. This completes the second part of this demonstration on Auto DOP. Thanks for watching.